Munich, 1923. A long horn blared through the factory's corridors, signaling the morning break. Expectant workers streamed into the courtyard, wiping sweat from their faces. Through the front gates rumbled a lorry filled with stacks of bound paper, fluttering in the morning breeze. When the lorry halted with a mechanical grunt, the chief cashier and his assistant climbed onto its bed. "Schultz," the cashier called, and a man stepped out of line, cap pulled low across his brow. The assistant gathered a bundle of notes, heavy as a brick, and tossed it down to the waiting man, who grabbed it, shoved it into his knapsack, and turned on his heel, sprinting in the direction of the street. "Koch," the cashier called next, tossing down a bundle so large the man below could scarcely carry it. "Neumann." The ritual repeated itself. Each man raced to the street and barreled into shops, begging to exchange his stack of money for a bit of potatoes, a lump of coal, a small bottle of paraffin. Prices rose by the hour. Restaurants didn't bother printing menus. By the time the bill arrived, the price had changed. American visitors couldn't spend their money because no German had marks enough to exchange them. People carted money through the streets in wheelbarrows. The cost of one loaf of bread rose to 4.6 million marks. In the long, cold winter of 1923, people who once had savings and still had jobs broke up their furniture and shoved the pieces into the stove to keep from freezing. They used banknotes as wallpaper to cover over the cracks. Women sewed paper money into dresses. Children taped bills together to fashion kites or toys. They shoved handfuls of the stuff into the stove, where at least it bought them a few minutes of warmth. Desperate men pried copper off drain pipes to trade for food to feed their families. Gas was siphoned out of any automobile left on the street. Petty thieves stole knapsacks and suitcases, but left the worthless paper money behind. In dark alleyways, counter-revolutionaries clashed with communists and with bands of state police. On a double-decker bus, a pale and sickly woman rocked herself back and forth. 600 billion, she muttered repeatedly. Seated around her, red, worn and angry faces looked shrewdly at each other, wondering what orchestrated magic could be at play. Their savings, incredibly, had disappeared, absorbed into the ether after a lifetime of patient work. What wizardry, they wondered, could explain this strange upending? And in every mind, as they watched their neighbor from the corner of their eyes, remained the questions. Who was to blame?